What up? It's your boy Television. We're back for another one, real quick one. I was just thinking, man. I watched a video actually from a Trail Boxing, and they were talking about, you know what I'm saying, why exactly this fight isn't on YouTube between KSI and Paul Logan, whatever the hell his name is. Why it's not on YouTube? You know what I mean? Because they had made that's where the audience is. You know what I'm saying? That's where the core audience is. And because now you have it on dzon, right? And then you're having it on pay-per-view in the UK. But then what exactly is going on with the rest of the world? Because it's not like all the entire audience isn't just in the United States and it's just in the UK. It's spread out through the whole country. Not the whole country, the whole world. They have followers everywhere. But now a huge portion of the people that probably had bought the pay-per-views in the first place now actually can they even watch the pay-per-view? Can they watch it? Is it available to them in any way? Because the zone's only available in certain countries. It's not available like worldwide. And they sold, I believe, when they had their pay-per-view, they sold 1 million pay-per-views on YouTube doing it by themselves at like $10 a pop. I believe it was $10 a pop. That's $10 million. Even if it was at $5, I believe it was 10, but even if it was 5, that's still $5 million. But I believe it was at $10 a pop. That's $10 million. I don't know what YouTube's cut of that would be, but they're looking at making a substantial amount of money, whether it be 7 million, 3 million each, or whatever it might have been, 3.5, 4 million, whatever it might have been. It was a substantial amount of money that they were able to do this on their own. You know what I'm saying? On their own. So my question and what this video about is that did these two kids get finessed somehow? And the only reason I say that because their purses came out and both of their purses were only $900,000. That's it. You know, and where's the additional money coming from? You got the UK pay-per-view, so you're going to get some money out of that, but they have different ways that's also put out. You know, whether you sell 200,000, whether you sell 300,000, how much that's going to the networks and how much that is going to you. You know what I mean? Then in the US, that's just the zone. So it's all of who actually purchases that and watches it. And like, how does that exactly work? How does that exactly, is that set up? How do they know, how many, purchases are directly linked to them? And why would you gamble with all that for $900,000 up front? That's like nothing. I thought this was a situation where they were being paid a substantial amount of money, where like each of them were going to be guaranteed like $5+ million each, like some real bread. Like their guarantees are less money than was put on as far as promotion for this event. You know what I'm saying? From their, literally like they spent more money on promotion than they're actually paying these guys. You know what I'm saying? So my question just becomes like, because as far as with like having the venue and everything like that, yeah, you could have hired Eddie Hearn to do that. You could have had Eddie Hearn to help you get licenses, so you're licensed fighters. You could have had Eddie Hearn still help you as far as getting a place to have the event, like he got the Staples Center, I believe. You could have got somebody to help you with all of that part, but as far as with the distribution of it, why? What's the purpose? I mean, even if you were to do it in a situation where, like, say, it was a pay-per-view in the UK, why would you why restrict yourself like this for what they're giving you? Because to me, what I see is not a lot, unless they had on like sign-on bonuses or something like that we don't know about. But when it comes to an actual pay scale, it's not that good. And why would you have somebody on your card making upfront more money than you? Devin Haney is getting paid $1 million for his fight. And these guys are getting paid $900,000 each. And I know they're probably going to get a huge portion of the gate or whatever, but when it comes to everything else, it's like, I don't understand it. They were able to get it to a very high level by themselves the first time and do over 1 million views. Get a million pay-per-views at $10 a pop. That's $10 million. That's $10 million. You know, they could have extended it or use somebody like Eddie Hearn to try to bring more light to it, bring more popularity to it, but then put it back on YouTube to try to get even more views. You know, I got 1 million in the bank. I got 1 million pay-per-view buys in the bank. We trying to get like 2 or 3 million on YouTube at $10 a pop. You know, or we're just going to still have it on YouTube, but we're going to have it at $20 a pop. So if the same people buy it, we making a load of money. We making like 10, $7, $8, $9 million. You know what I'm saying? and then we'll pay these guys, you know what I'm saying? Because they got money. We'll put bread into getting these guys on our cards, and we'll pay them to be on our cards. But we're taking the gate, and we're taking the pay-per-view money, we're taking all this, but and we'll pay Eddie Hearn a fee to help set all this stuff up. They could have did something like that. But my question becomes like, dude, what kind of deal did these guys sign? And because they're two intelligent people, they make good money. You know what I mean? These guys make millions of dollars on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying? But 900,000, what is that? 900,000, these guys probably make that in a month or less. They probably make that in less than a month. So I don't know. Unless there's some kind of portions of this deal that we don't know about, maybe that's what it is. But from what I'm seeing, it is not a good deal. I literally was expecting purses of like $5 million each. Like some big boy purses, 5, 6, 7 million. I thought 8 million, as high as $10 million each. I thought like DAZN was like really bringing in the money. But from the actual numbers that were put out, but again, maybe they signed something like, PBC fighters do it all the time. They sign deals, the purses will say 1 million, but they got $2 million up front to just sign the thing. Then they got their TV rights, and then they got the gate, obviously, promotion, they got the merch that's going to be sold and things of that nature. And they end up making, a guy that looks like Danny Garcia, look like he's getting paid $1.5 million for a fight. He ends up making $5 million for that fight. So, but I guess we'll see. We'll see. But from the numbers that have been put up so far, it's not looking good, man. And I agree with Trill that they should have kept it on YouTube, so you can reach all of your fans. F everybody else. This is about your fans. These guys are trying to use your fans to bring themselves riches. You know what I'm saying? You have a direct route to your fans where you could have just did this directly for your fans and just made bread off that. Put in the same platforms that they're used to using. You know what I'm saying? If you want to put the money up, whatever, maybe put the money up, but get somebody to help you where you get better production, where you get a better venue, and then do it that way. And still bring in that bank while still focusing on your audience, period. Period. But the way this has been set up, I don't know, man. They actually could be losing a lot of money with the way it's sold. And Canelo Alvarez only doing really probably actually realistically 407,000 views on DAZN, 651,000 concurrent views or whatever, which means multiple devices on the same subscription. I don't see them doing any better with this. I don't see it, but we shall see. But hey, man, I hope the best for them, and I hope I'm wrong with this, and I do hope that they got some other back deal, or they got a deal where they got maybe sign-on bonuses, something of that nature, where they got a lot more money up front. Because that $900,000, man, for this, it's just not cutting it. And I don't believe these kids are that stupid. I hope they didn't sell these kids a dream about, what this can do on pay-per-view and what it can do for this and that. And it ends up being BS, But we shall see. Like, subscribe, share. I'll holler at you in the next one.